This is the fastest I've hit infinite, like, in my entire history of playing Snap. So here's the deck. I've never featured it because I was never fully confident in it because it had never gotten me to infinite. Now that it finally got me to infinite, I feel confident in it, but also I want to bring this up because not a lot of people talk about it. Everyone's always talking about what's the best card, what's the most meta deck. But what a lot of people don't talk about is how well do you know your deck? How good are you at knowing when to retreat? That is just as important. You don't need to have the most meta, most powerful decks, most played decks. You just need to know when to get out of the situation, lose 1 cube, 2 cube, even 4 cube, and know when you are in a superior position to steal 8 cubes or 4 cubes, right? Now, that being said, I played this deck most of last season, so I think I know this deck like the back of my hand. That probably led me to, you know, success this season. So there you go. I believe those are some big reasons why this deck works for me. Will it work for you? I don't know. It might not complement your playstyle at all. In fact, if you do try this deck out, let me know what you swap out, okay? But here's how it kind of works. It makes sense once we go through this. The main crux of the deck is one of my favorite combos. It's the Kitty Pryde, Angela, Elsa, and Hope Summers combo. You know how that combo works, right? So it hopefully generates extra energy for you every turn, also buffing up Kitty Pryde along the way. Now, Havoc, I've talked about before. I'm an official member. I might as well be the president of the Havoc fan club, and I actually, at the start of this season, swapped him out for Thena because I was like, okay, Thena kind of works here as well. And I realized it was actually easier to get Havoc to 2-8 than it was for Thena to get to 2-7. With Thena, I feel like you need more big brain play, so it's a lot more tiring to play in long stretches. I mean, and that's another thing that a lot of people don't talk about. The more you play, the worse your play gets. You know, you get tired, mental fatigue. It happens, right? With something like Havoc, it's kind of a dumb play, I guess, in a way you could say. Just leave him there. Anyway, you don't have to think too much about getting him to proc up. Dazzler is there because we are looking to flood the board, and she's a 2-8 when all the lanes are full, which is usually the case with this deck. And plus, I love this variant. And then, of course, Jeff gets you into the places that you can't get into, your sanctums and your flooded locations, and Professor X. Now, Shanna. Okay, Shanna low-key has won me several games as well, because you talk about getting into unreachable locations. Shanna can do that also, right? Sometimes she'll screw you by throwing up a 0 or throwing up an Ebony Maw, but hey, that is what the retreat button is for. So I like Shanna. Not a lot of people play Shanna here, and it's not copium, okay? Especially when you got Blue Marvel as well to buff up all the 1 costs. And like I said, the goal is to flood the board anyway. And when you flooded the board with cards that didn't start in your deck, well, that discounts Mockingbird. Mockingbird, one of my favorites still. She flies right under Shang-Chi range and gets you that extra power. And then we come to the 2 tech slots. I tried to run this deck without Shang-Chi. You know what? At the end of the day, Marvel Snap is about putting power on the board, and every time there is a card with 10 or more power, Shang-Chi wins you that lane. So Shang-Chi makes this deck infinitely better. And of course, the current meta that we are in, Enchantress is going to steal you cubes. It happened to me last season, it happened to me this season as well. Especially, it's kind of crazy to me, right? That people still, like when I snap on their Living Tribunal Onslaught Iron Man play, like they don't think I have Enchantress. And when I drop Enchantress on them, it's like, boom, there you go, 8 cubes. Like, why would I snap on that knowing you've set up that entire combo if I didn't have Enchantress? It's crazy. She is just not really in the meta right now that people forget that she can do that. So, slot Enchantress in your decks. She will win you cubes, all right? So there you go, that's the deck. Like I said, if you do try it out and you like it, or maybe you swap some cards out, let me know what works better for you, okay? Enchantress is not going to do jack. Bringing this here gets me a 4. That beats Colossus. Oh, this is a heck of a risk. There. Wait, how many 3 costs do I even have on the board? None, right? None of these guys have 3 costs. Should I YOLO this? Oh my god. This seems like such a huge risk.
Oh, snap.
Oh, this... We might have gotten infinite, or we might have just wasted our time. Shit. Oh, Sage is bad for us. Hang on. Yes! Yes!
I am.
We did it!
Iron Man.
We did it! Oh, shit! Oh my god, the Triskelion for the win! Triskelion gave us the Iron Man to take Xandar. Good old Jeff takes Altar of Death. Woo! This